As inflation continues to increase, it's really important to make sure that your cash savings are working as hard as they can. It's rare at times of high inflation to find a savings interest rate that will keep pace with inflation. The reality is that the saver's silent enemy, inflation, will gradually erode the real value of your cash. Investing in the great companies of the world has historically been the best way to try to maintain your spending power. But that's not right for everyone, and it's also not normally the right solution to tie all of your money up in longer term investments. So, when cash savings are a key part of your financial plan, here are the 5 things that you should know to get the most out of your savings. Number 1, cash savings aren't 100% risk-free. You'll never see your savings account balance drop unless you made a withdrawal, but that doesn't mean you're avoiding risk altogether. As mentioned, keeping your nest egg in cash means that the spending power is likely to be eroded by inflation. Whilst it's a good idea to keep cash savings buffer for those unexpected costs, or if it's part of your overall financial plan, it's important to ask yourself whether you're holding too much in cash. The approach I take with my clients is to make sure that after taking away their guaranteed income that we know that's coming in, they've got 5 years worth of excess expenditure in cash, or whatever they think they might need in the next 5 years, and then invest the rest. Historical data shows that investing in the great companies of the world has given you a better chance of generating an inflation-beating return compared with cash savings. Number 2, an ISA isn't always nicer. ISAs used to be a no-brainer for savers looking to maximize their returns, as any growth is tax-free. But with the relatively new personal savings allowance, you're unlikely to have to pay interest on your non-ISA savings interest anyway. As a basic rate taxpayer, you can earn £1,000 of interest a year tax-free, and higher rate taxpayers have a £500 allowance. An ISA certainly makes sense if you're likely to exceed this allowance, but if you're not, a cash ISA may not give you the best rate of interest. So don't limit your search to cash ISAs. Number 3, sticking with ISAs for now, be mindful that you can only pay into one cash ISA each tax year. And whilst you can split your annual ISA allowance, currently £20,000 for an adult, however you want, between a cash ISA and a stocks and shares ISA, plus of course a lifetime ISA if you're of a certain age, you've got to be under 40 for that, you're only allowed to pay into one of each type of ISA per tax year. When the 6th of April rolls round, your ISA allowance resets and you cannot carry forward any unused allowance. Some providers have flexible ISAs which allow you to put money back in if you have to make a withdrawal in the same tax year without impacting your allowance. Number 4, beware of regular savings accounts. Regular savings accounts appear to offer pretty good rates of interest, but you're restricted to how much you can put in each month, so you could end up earning less interest than you expect. You can often only open this kind of account if you've already got a current account with the same provider, and regular savings accounts typically only pay the headline rate for a year. And then some providers then slash the interest you'll earn. And of course, if you make a withdrawal, you get the interest gets penalised as well. 5. Finally, for this video, fixed periods mean better returns. An instant access savings account is a sensible choice for any money you're likely to need in the short term, but in exchange for the flexibility, you have to settle for lower returns. If you're able to lock some of your money away for a fixed period, you'll earn more interest on your savings. And the longer you tie it up, the better the return is likely to be. Just remember that if you've tied your cash up for a long period of time and saving rates, the interest rates increase during that time, you won't be able to take advantage of that increase because you'll be locked into that fixed rate. If you think that interest rates are likely to increase, a shorter notice account might be a good compromise as you get both some flexibility and hopefully a better rate of interest. So there's the first 5 things any savvy saver should know. Subscribe to be notified of the next 5 things you should be aware of as a cash saver. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please press the like button now and of course subscribe so you don't miss an episode. I'm Justin King. I'm a chartered and certified financial planner. My aim is to help you live a successful life, and that often involves understanding your money. I host a podcast called the Retirement Cafe Podcast. You might like to tune into that. Check out the description below or sign up for my weekly newsletter, which is packed with inspiration and tips for a successful retirement. For now, I'm Justin King, helping you live your best life.